Good morning, students. Today we are going to study the second chapter of the first flight, Nelson Mandela Long Walk to Freedom. It is written by Nelson Ruhilala Mandela. Let us have a brief introduction of our writer, Nelson Mandela. Nelson Ruhilala Mandela, who was born on 18 July 1918 and died in 5 December 2013, he was a South African anti-apartheid revolutionary political leader and philanthropist who served as president of South Africa from 1994 to 1999. He was the country's first black head of state and the first elected in a fully representative democratic election. His government focused on dismantling the legacy of apartheid by tackling institutionalized racism and fostering racial reconciliation. Ideologically an African nationalist and socialist, he served as president of the African National Congress ANC party from 1991 to 1997. Now let us have a brief summary of the chapter. This unit, Nelson Mandela Long Walk to Freedom, is an extract from Nelson Mandela's autobiography, Long Walk to Freedom. In 1994, the first democratic elections were held in South Africa. But before that, South Africa remained under the British rule for more than 3 centuries. Since 1948, a very cruel policy of apartheid was followed by the white rulers. According to this policy, white and non white people were kept separate from each other. They were educated under separate systems and were kept in or out of certain areas. The blacks of Africa bitterly opposed such racial discrimination. At last, after a long struggle, democratic elections were held in which Nelson Mandela was elected the first black president of South Africa. On May 10th, 1994, Mandela was sworn in as the president and there were wild jubilation among the blacks of the country. In this chapter, Nelson Mandela recalls briefly how this day was celebrated and what his feelings were at the time of those celebrations. The whole history of the South African struggle and also the history of his own life came alive before his imagination. He pays a tribute to thousands of South African patriots who suffered endlessly and sacrificed their lives for the cause of freedom. He calls himself patriots, merely the sum of all those patriots who have gone before him. In spite of all those sacrifices, Mandela bears no ill will against the whites. He says that the oppressor is as much a prisoner as the oppressed. The oppressor remains chained to hatred. On the other hand, the oppressed one gains heights in character in proportion to the depth of torture he is subject to. Makes another important observation. He says that courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over fear. The brave man is not the one who doesn't feel afraid, but the one who conquers that fear. Mandela's suffering had indeed made him a man of courage and character. Now let's have a line by line explanation. 10th May dawned bright and clear. So Nelson Mandela he recalls the day when Africa got freedom on 10th May. Dawn means begin. The early morning of 10th May was bright and clear. It was a special day in the history of Africa. 10th May was a special day because South Africa had been under the white rule for more than 3 centuries. The blacks suffered terribly during this period. They fought a long battle for their freedom. At last, on 10th May 1994, they became a democratic nation. Nelson Mandela became their first black president. I had been pleasantly besieged by dignitaries and world leaders who were coming to pay their respect before the inauguration. So Nelson Mandela he recalls that for the past few days before 10th May, for the past few days, he himself had been pleasantly, means happily, besieged, means he had been pleasantly, happily surrounded by dignitaries. Dignitaries means celebrities and world leaders who were coming to pay their respect who were coming to pay their admiration, who were coming to wish great wishes to Nelson Mandela before the inauguration, before the opening. So 10th May was the day when Africa got the freedom. The inauguration would be the largest gathering ever of international leaders of South African soil. So the opening ceremony of the independence of South Africa would be the largest gathering ever of international leaders on South African soil. So never before on the soil of South Africa, the people from all over the world, the international leaders from the different countries gathered. It was the first time on the history of South African soil that they had seen the largest gathering. The ceremonies took place in the lovely sandstone amphitheater formed by the Union Buildings in Pretoria. So the ceremony of Independence Day took place in the lovely sandstone amphitheater. Amphitheater means a building without a roof, with many rows of seats rising in step, typical of ancient Greece and Rome. So the ceremonies, different programs were conducted on the Independence Day, on the freedom of South Africa. So different ceremonies took place in the lovely sandstone amphitheater, which was formed by the Union Building, Pretoria. For decades, this had been the seat of white supremacy. Decades means the period of 10 years. For decades, for so many years, the sandstone amphitheater had been the seat of white supremacy. Means before the freedom of South Africa, the amphitheater was the place where the white people they organized different functions. It was their supremacy, and now it was the site of a rainbow gathering of different colors and nations for the installation of South Africa's first democratic non-racial government. So for decades, Sandstone Amphitheater had been the seat of white supremacy. So in this amphitheater, the blacks were not allowed. Only the white people, they arranged different programs, different function. But after 10th May, it was the site of rainbow gathering. After 10th May, it was not the monopoly of only the white people, because here Nelson Mandela considered it's a site of rainbow gathering of different colors and nations, because on 10th May people of different castes, creed, religion, color, nationality, they gathered for the installation, for passing South Africa's first democratic non-racial government. Earlier, the white supremacy, white people, they dominated in South Africa, but on 10th May, it was the site of rainbow gathering of different colors and nations. They have come to pass the authority to the black people, South Africa's first democratic non-racial government. On that lovely autumn day, I was accompanied by my daughter Janani. So on that lovely autumn day, Nelson Mandela, he was accompanied by his daughter Janani. On the podium, on the stage, Mr. De Klerk was first sworn in as second deputy president. So before Nelson Mandela's swearing on the podium, on the stage, Mr. De Klerk, he took an oath as the second deputy president. Then Thabo Mbeki was sworn in as the first deputy president. So Thabo Mbeki, he took pledge as first deputy president of South Africa. When it was my turn, I pledged to obey and uphold the constitution and to devote myself to the well-being of the republic. So when it was Nelson Mandela's turn to take pledge as the first black president of South Africa, he took pledge to obey and uphold. Uphold means to maintain the constitution and to devote himself to the well-being of the Republican South Africa and its people. So Nelson Mandela, when he took pledge as a president of Africa, he pledged to obey and maintain the constitution. He would not violate the constitution. He would give equal rights to the people of Africa. Under his rule, the people of Africa will enjoy their rights, and he would also devote himself to the well-being of the republic. So whatever he would do for the welfare of the people of South African people and South African government. To the assembled guests and the watching world, he said. So Nelson Mandela, he addressed the people. Today, all of us do, by our presence here, confer glory and hope to newborn liberty. So, Nelson Mandela, after swearing as the first black president of Africa, he addressed the audience, he addressed the dignitaries and different leaders of different countries that today, all of them, by their presence here, confer means here give glory and hope. Glory means fame and hope to newborn liberty. So here Nelson Mandela says that by their presence they give glory and hope. So they give hope to newborn liberty. The people of Africa, they will have a new hope of prosperity, life to newborn liberty. They will give hope to newborn freedom of Africa. Out of the experience of an extraordinary human disaster that lasted too long, must be born a society of which all humanity will be proud of. Here, Nelson Mandela, here he recalls that out of the experience of an extraordinary human disaster, means for the 300 years, the people of Africa have experienced extraordinary human disaster. Here, what does he mean by human disaster? So let us see. Human disaster means South Africa, as you know, South Africa remained under the white rule for more than 300 years. The black had to bear untold misery, torture, and humiliation. They were treated as criminals and forced to live separately from the whites. And Mandela calls it as an extraordinary human disaster. So that human disaster, that ill treatment by the white people continued for so many years, and that's why must be born a society of which. So he believes that after experiencing such a ill treatment from the white people, he wanted to establish such a society where in all the people, all humanity will be proud of. So he promises the people of Africa that he will build up society of which the people will be proud of, all humanity with kindness, with dignity, with compassion. So he promises that he will establish society of which the people are proud of. So at last, as I said, on 10th May, a democratic government was formed in the country of South Africa. And South Africans had their first black president. Mandela calls it a glorious achievement. So we who were outlaws not so long ago have today been given the rare privilege to be the host of to the nation of the world on our own soil. So Nelson Mandela, he addresses to the people that the people of South Africa, as they were under the white people, under the rule of white people, so they were considered outlaws. They were considered the lawbreaker. So not so long ago, for 300 years, as they were fighting for their rights, so they were considered as a lawbreaker. But after the freedom, today they have been given the rare privileges. So they have been given the advantage to be the host of the nation of the world on their own soil. So they have been given the advantage to host the leaders, the people of different caste, creed, religion, color. So they have been given advantage to host the people of the whole world on their own soil. We thank all of our distinguished international guests for having come to take possession with the people of our country of what is after all a common victory for justice, for peace, for human dignity. So here Nelson Mandela, he expresses gratitude to all those distinguished international guests, all those celebrities, all those leaders of the world, those who participated in this ceremony. So, and by participating, they are taking the possession with the people of South Africa. and he considered that their participation is after all a common victory. It is not the victory of only people of Africa, but it is the victory of the common people. It is the victory of the all the people of different caste, creed, religion, race, for justice, for peace, and for human dignity. So South Africa's freedom is a common victory for justice, for peace. And so by getting freedom, they have got victory. They have got victory for justice, for peace, and for human dignity. We have at last achieved our political emancipation. So emancipation, freedom from restriction. So they were considered the lawbreaker. So lawbreaker means because of its policy of apartheid, many countries had earlier broken off diplomatic relation with South Africa. So they were considered as a lawbreaker. Now here Nelson Mandela says that we have at last achieved our political emancipation. Means on 10th May, before 10th May for the 300 years, the black people were not given any rights. But on 10th May, after the general elections were held, when Nelson Mandela was sworn in as the first black president of Africa, at last they achieved their political emancipation. Emancipation means freedom from restriction. On 10th May, the people of Africa, they have got freedom, political freedom, social, economic. So all the restrictions were uplifted, political restrictions were uplifted. We pledge ourselves to liberate all our people from the continuing bondage of liberty, deprivation, suffering, gender, and other discrimination. So Nelson Mandela, on behalf of the people of Africa, he took pledge themselves that they would liberate, they would make free all their people from the continuing bondage of poverty, because for the 300 years they were suffering from the slavery, bondage of poverty, and deprivation. So he promises to the people to liberate themselves, all the people, from the continuing bondage of poverty, deprivation, because before 10th May, the people, they were deprived of basic necessities, food, hunger, clothes, suffering gender and other discrimination. The people of Africa, they were suffering from the gender and other discrimination, racial discrimination. So Nelson Mandela, he on behalf of the people, he pledged themselves to liberate all their people from the continuing bondage of poverty, deprivation, suffering, gender and other discrimination. Never, never and never again shall it be that this beautiful land will again experience the oppression of one by another. So Nelson Mandela, he promises to the people that never again that this beautiful land, the beautiful land, South Africa, will again experience the cruel treatment. Oppression means the cruel treatment of one by another. So he promises that the people of South Africa will never bear the cruel treatment by the white from the black, or from the black from to the white. The sun shall never set on so glorious human achievement. So here Nelson Mandela said that the sun shall never set on a glorious human achievement. He considered the black of South Africa that fought a long and bitter struggle against the cruel policies of the white rule. And at last, on 10th May 1994, a democratic government was formed in the country. And South African had their first black president. Mandela calls it a so glorious human achievement. So this freedom achieved by the black people, the sun shall never set and it will never be over. Let freedom reign. God bless Africa. And in his speech, he let freedom reigns. So he believes that the freedom of Africa will rule in Africa, and he bless Africa. Then a few moments later, we all lifted our eyes in awe. A spectacular array. So he talks about that, a very impressive sight. A few moments later, we all lifted our eyes in awe as a spectacular array of South African jet helicopter and troop carriers roared in perfect formation over the Union Building. So on that day, to make that day memorable, a few moments later, They all lifted their eyes in surprise as very impressively the South African jets, helicopters, and troops carriers they roared in perfect formation over the Union buildings. South African different militaries they demonstrated their power. Air Force, Navy, military, they demonstrated their power before the world. It was not only a display of pinpoint precision and military force, but a demonstration of the military's loyalty to democracy, to a new government that had been freely and fairly elected. The demonstration made by South African jets, helicopter, and troop carriers, it was not only a display of a pinpoint, exact, accuracy, precision, and military force, but Nelson Mandela considered the demonstration of the military's loyalty to democracy. So the way the military were loyal to the white people, they will be loyal to the new government that had been freely and fairly elected. So the military, by demonstrating their power, they will be loyal to the new government which was elected freely and fairly. Only moments before, the highest generals of South African defense force and police, their chest bedecked with ribbons and medals from days gone by, saluted me and pledged their loyalty. So Nelson Mandela he talks about that only moments before, only few moments ago, the highest generals, the highest officials of the military of the South African Defence Force and police, so different officials of military and police force, their chest bedecked, their chest decorated. Bedecked here means they were given honor by with ribbons and medals from days gone by. Now the officials, the different officials of the defense force and police, the highest authority, saluted me and pledged their loyalty. I was not unmindful of the fact that not so many years before they would not have saluted but arrested me. So Nelson Mandela he was aware of the fact that not so many years before the same officials of military and police force they would not have saluted but they would have arrested Nelson Mandela because at that time the South African black people they were considered outlaws, lawbreaker. But as Nelson Mandela himself, he has sworn in as a black president of South Africa. So the officials of highest officials of the military force and police force now they are forced to salute him instead of arresting him. Finally, a chevron of Impala jets left a smoke trail of the black, red, green, blue, and gold on the new South African soil. So finally, the final demonstration, the demonstration continued for some time and it was ended with a chevron of Impala. Chevron means a pattern in the shape of V. A pattern in the shape of V was made by the jets, helicopters. So jets left a smoke trail of the black, red, green, and blue and gold on the South African flag. So they have made a pattern with the help of the jet of different color like red, green, blue, gold on the South African flag, which demonstrated their power, military power. The day was symbolized for me by the playing of our two national anthems. The day was symbolized. The day was symbolized means represented by the playing of two national anthems. On that day, on 10th May, two national anthems were played to honor the freedom of Africa and the vision of white singing Nkosi Sikelel. So the first national anthem which was played which indicated the vision of white singing Nkosi Sikelel Africa and black singing Diastem, the old anthem of Republic. So these two national anthems for the black and for the white separately were played, which indicated that they respect both the races, white and black. The second one, the black singing the Diastem, is the old anthem of the Republic. Although that day neither group knew the lyrics of the anthem, they once despised, they would soon know the words by heart. So here Nelson Mandela says that although on that day neither group, neither neither white nor black knew the lyrics, they didn't know the lyrics of any of the national anthem. They once despised. So black despised the national anthem of white, and the white despised the national anthem of black. Despise means hated. But after the freedom, they would soon know the words by heart. So now the black and white people, they would learn by heart the lyrics of both the national anthem. On the day of the inauguration, on the day of the opening, I was overwhelmed. So Nelson Mandela, he overcame with strong emotion a sense of history. So on the day of inauguration, on the day of opening of freedom of Africa, Nelson Mandela, he was overcome with a strong feeling, with a sense of history. In the first decade of the 20th century, a few years after the bitter Anglo War, so he remembered the Anglo War, which was fought between the British and Dutch settled in South Africa. In 1902, the two sides made peace with each other. So Nelson Mandela, he remembers the few years after the first decade of the 20th century, a few years after the bitter Anglo-Boer War. And before my own birth, the white-skinned people of South Africa patch up their differences. So he remembers quite well the white-skinned people, the Dutch people of South Africa. They patch up. They patch up means they compromise. They patch up the difference, they compromise, and erected a system of racial domination against the dark-skinned people of their own land. So Nelson Mandela, he remembered quite well that before his birth, the Dutch people, they patch up with the white-skinned people of South Africa, and they established the racial domination against the dark-skinned people of their own land. The structure they erected formed the basis of one of the harshest, most inhuman societies the world has ever known. The structure which was created by the Dutch people and the white people, they formed the basis, the foundation of one of the harshest and the most inhuman, unkind societies the world has ever known. Because the black people, they were not given equal rights like the white people. They were not given equal rights. Now, in the last decade of the 20th century and my own 8th decade of the 20th century and my own 8th decade as a man, that system had been overturned forever and replaced by one that recognized the rights and freedom of all the people regardless of the color of their skin. So Nelson Mandela here, he remembered the different decades. So he talked about the structure created by the Dutch and the white people, so which was the very harshest and very unkind societies has ever known. And he remembered in the last decade of the 20th century and his own 8th decade when he became 80 years old, the system had been overturned. That system, unkind, harshest system, was overturned forever, and it was replaced by one that recognized the rights and freedom of all people regardless of color of their skin. So Nelson Mandela, he established the system where the people, whether they are white or black, they will enjoy equal rights. That day had come about through the unimaginable sacrifices of thousands of my people whose suffering and courage can never be counted or repaid. So that day, Nelson Mandela, he talked about the day when freedom of Africa was achieved. That day had come about through the unimaginable sacrifice. To get the freedom, many black people have sacrificed their lives. So thousands of my people, means many black people, they have fought against the white people and they sacrificed their lives. People whose suffering and courage can never be counted. So the people, those who have suffered a lot from the white people, from the cruelty of the white people, the courage they have which was shown by them, it can never be counted or repaid. Whatever suffering, whatever sacrifice made by the black people would never be counted, would never be repaid. I felt that day, as I have on so many other days, that I was simply the sum of all those South African patriots who had gone before me. So Nelson Mandela, he says that he felt that day as he had on so many other days. He felt the same way, just like he felt on so many other days. He considered himself the sum of all those African patriots. He considered himself one of those African patriots, those who suffered a lot, those who sacrificed a lot against the ill treatment of the white people who had gone before him. Gone here means who died, who sacrificed. That long and noble line ended and now begin again with me. So he considered here the people, the black people, those who sacrificed their lives, that long and noble line which was left by the people, the black people, with their sacrifice, ended. Now it was the end of the ill treatment of the white people. Now the black people would not have to suffer from the white people, and it began again with me. Now means he put forward Nelson Mandela. He put forward himself before the cruelty. I was pained that I was not able to thank them. Nelson Mandela, he felt pain that he was not able to thank all those people, all those black people, those who sacrificed, and they were not able to see what their sacrifice had brought. So Nelson Mandela, he felt pained that the people, the black people, those who sacrificed, those who struggled for the freedom of Africa, now they were not able to see the bright future of Africa as they have already died, and they were not able to see what their sacrifice had brought in the lives of the black people on 10th May. So until up to this I finish the explanation. In the next video I will resume the